Yo, yo. Right, let's get settled down. It's been a busy Friday, actually. In fact, it's been a busy few days, and I haven't had much opportunity for some good old Xbox gaming at all. For like, I've had a couple of PC games, but no Xbox gaming really. And since I made some decent purchases, which I was going to look through, I'm in one of those mindsets, like when I left the Batman movie and for like the 30-minute drive home, I was Batman in my mind. Do you know what I mean? Complete silence in the car. I was Batman. I'm doing that now, but Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, and I want a bit of a game to play Dead Reckoning. My installed games total since I've last had a sort of mini update on things. I've last done a little mini update on the what's going on in the world of my Xbox. I've added another 8 terabyte drive. So at the moment, rocking 1 plus 1 is 2. That's a good start. 18 terabytes of storage, which I would have never, I didn't set out to get 18 terabytes of storage at all. I'd never anticipated that. I got a 1 terabyte Xbox Series X because I thought I need plenty of storage space. Like, sincerely, that's what I thought. And then I quickly realized, uh-oh, I'm not going to have much storage space. Oh, I had the 4 terabyte external hard drive, so just one thing led to another, and I started to needing to upgrade. But also, I do like to have games installed locally, um, just for ease of access. Can I run an update at the moment? Brawlhalla, haven't played that much. Let's just give that an update. Done so many updates recently. That's why I've only got the one. Fingers crossed, anyway. So yeah, I've got 1,130 games installed. Now that's across the Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Xbox 360, and some OG Xbox in there as well. Because if you group them by console type, there's quite a few. In fact, if you filter by console type, you can see. I mean, in terms of Series X, 261, Xbox One titles, enhanced or not, those are the overwhelming majority of titles, 756, and then the 360 and original, 211. Which is, I own more Xbox 360 games for the Xbox 360 um, digitally than I did like before I even got involved with an Xbox One or Series. I think in total, including the physical games, I must have about three or 400 360 games, which is just mammoth. I've sampled them. I was trying to do a bit of calculation. I know I've gone over the top on getting games, so I just can't resist it when the prices are so good in the sales. Like 1,130. Okay, Google, what's 1,130 divided by 60? 18.8333. Okay. Oh, all right. No, that's not the calculation. Okay, Google. What's 1,130? What's 1,800? Cancel. I can't even ask the question, let alone get the answer. Okay, Google. What's 1,130 divided by 8? Okay, Google. What's 1,130 divided by 40? She's a stupid AI, isn't she, really? I don't know what. I'm not really asking crazy questions. I don't even finish the question. She doesn't understand. Might just be the accent. I don't know. Okay, so I was thinking if I played each game for an hour, which I often do, and I dedicated a full-time 40-hour week to just doing that, and just back to back one game an hour, full-time hours, it'd take me 28 weeks or 30 weeks, or almost half a year, just playing each game for an hour. Do you know what I mean? How am I going to get through this catalog? I keep thinking in the back of my mind, oh, I'll just have some real time off to get through it. It's becoming a backlog, let me tell you. So I don't know if I've got any lessons out there. Don't buy video games that you like. I don't know what the lessons are. Anyway, I made a recent batch of purchases, about 60, I think. But again, they're only little games, but I just thought, hell, why not? In that recent batch, we'll start with, what did I buy first of all? Dynamite Fishing, Jesus Christ. Well, since my last update, I've had quite a few, but I think I got Trek to Yomi because that's coming off Game Pass. And when I had a look at it, I was like, wow, that's a really neat game. And I don't think it looks really stylized. And I just thought, fantastic monochrome. The reviews were good. I don't know if it's on sale at the moment. It was when I purchased it, yeah. So there's a slight dip in price anyway. It's like 25% off. So nothing huge really. Even less than that. Is it 20% off? Looks about 20% really, I'm guessing there. But yeah, Trek to Yomi looked good. Greedfall is not a title that I would have thought, hey, I definitely want that. But looking through the reviews and stuff, I'm a bit sort of less fantasy oriented, I should say. But looking through the reviews, it just looked superb. I just thought, yeah, hell, why not? We'll go for a bit of that. So yeah, anything that's sort of out of my genre, but really good reviews, I think, yeah, might as well. Do you know what I mean?
They say the
Diablo
island is full of
is out of my
miracles,
comfort zone.
and we might find a cure.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide.
I'm de Sardet, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It brings me comfort to know my son has left on a mission to heal his people.
So yeah, that looks good. We'll have a bash of that at some point. Again, that's in the sales at the moment. These are UK prices, so it depends on what region you're in. Okay, that was in the sales last time round, and so was that, I think. So I'm not really getting too close. Green Hell looked interesting. Again, that's not currently in the sales, so that was like just a week ago that I bought that. Was it Titan Quest? I finally pressed the button on Skate 3 as well because I've enjoyed that, and I think not. I think a lot of people have enjoyed Skate 3 mainly out of nostalgia, but for me, it was like I'm not so much nostalgic. Is it not installed? I'll be surprised if it's goddamn not installed. Get installed then. But it wasn't so much nostalgia as it was. Like I've enjoyed the game. It's okay. It's fairly chilled and stuff. I've known other people playing it, and I just thought, yeah, might as well. I don't really know what Smite's about. I can't really remember, but again, it would have been sort of good reviews and things. Not quite the sort of thing, it's almost borderline anime, and each to their own. I appreciate that. I just personally detest anime, but it looks like it should be a free game. Don't know. Yeah, it is a free game. I've bought a free game, so there you go. Smite's free if you're interested. They'll probably screw you over on something else, microtransaction. I don't know. So anyway, first of the titles of the recent batch of games that will currently be on sale: Dynamite Fishing. Now this looks dreadful. I mean,
I'll eat your souls, fish.
right, so fishing with dynamite, okay, which some people do actually, and I just thought it just looks crap, doesn't it? It's one of those games you just think that looks crap. That might have persuaded me somehow to end up purchasing the game. I've got really itchy top of my head. 80 pence. Do you know what I mean? Less than everything. You cannot buy anything anymore for less than 80 pence. You can't even buy a chocolate bar. There's nothing you can buy for 80 pence anymore, apart from Dynamite Fishing. So there we go. And what's just surprised me, all right, avoid, you can't even get to the main menu. Those are bugs, do you know what I mean? Like, but works on normal Xbox, Boatfish to endpoints, works fine on Series S. There's some reasonable reviews. There were some reasonable reviews online, but 80 pence, Jesus, can't go wrong, can you, really? This action puzzle game with over 100 levels. The goal of the game is to shoot all the bad blocks without hitting yourself in the process. Again, it looked pretty pants to me initially, but I was like, actually, why not? Fuck it. And I'll show you why what helped me commit to the price in the end. It doesn't look too troublesome. You can either just hammer it, smashing all the blocks of all your bits, or all your weaponry, or you can just like strategically like shoot one at a time. But the more you blast the hell out of the blocks, the more like accumulative point multipliers you get. So it looked all right, but this is what persuaded me into buying this game. It's flipping 83 pence. What can you buy for less than 83 pence nowadays? Nothing apart from Dynamite Fishing and Solos. Well, Solos isn't less, it's 83 pence. Pretty good, pretty pleased with that. But these reviews are not bad as well. Even that one that says awful, looks bad, plays worse, sound design is just weird. Is he asking me? I don't know. It's a bit of a silly review, really, isn't it? But yeah, so there we go. Okay, all right. This is a battle arena game, and I just thought, oh hell, I love battle arena games. I love any sort of couch co-op type things. I thought, yeah, I might as well just like add it to the collection. Again, 83 pence. Do you know what I mean? That's nothing, isn't it, really? But then again, even like the £8.39 is cheap for a game. I just, if it's a crap game and it's 83 pence, it's not the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so it's a bit of a battle arena. Looks fun. I mean, the reviews aren't too harsh about it. Cool game. Thought it was online multiplayer. That's the only thing that sort of some games, God knows why, they just local multiplayer only, and that's one of these titles. This title is the same way. So there is no online, but it does say here Xbox Live capability. Well, that could just be for the scoreboard or something. Do you know what I mean? So just thought, oh fuck it, well, it's worth a go. This title, I still don't really know. Tigva Niemand, South African, actually, if you're wondering. Not some people mistake it as Dutch. Just looks a bit. It looks to me like Inception. It looks like the developers watched the movie Inception, thought, that's fucking cool. Let's make a game like that. So I think you'd say it's an indie game. But yeah, look at that. Looks a bit weird. Have fun playing that game anyway. Mixed reviews, but I just thought I don't give a fuck about the reviews really. If they slag it off like this, it's worth paying £1.25 to just see some weirdness. Do you know what I mean? Sounds a bit strange that could, but yeah. So not bad, not too sure. Well, if you can't spell properly, I'm probably not going to rate your review that much really. It's theft. The game is a joke. The frame rate on the most infuriating water level is making me feel sick. The checkpoints, I'll stomach it myself. I mean, I grew up in the I grew up with games in the 90s. You know what I mean? We're toughened by this shit. We're not soft. My generation, we'll put up with a few laggy frame rates, even if it induces me to vomit. I'll still muscle through it. Do you know what I mean? Right, next up, Hero. Now, this isn't a sort of title that I just thought, this is not my sort of title at all. So what surprised me was, oh yeah, so it's described as a dungeon crawler featuring hand-drawn heroes that hack slash bongo drum, boomerang, and jet their way through ventures. Okay, the cheap price, £1.59. You'll see that the price is going up in the way that like I bought them and added them to my car. That's just sort of sort the list out by the cheapest and then just hammer through and go yes, no, yes, yes, no, no, or yeses than no's often. But yeah, it's just the reviews. Like, okay, some of these are pretty bad here, but on the reviews online about the games, they may not be on the console. Anything that's free is good. Yeah, okay, the reviews are shocking here. Let's have a look. Why did I get this then? It has tutorial before you can enter the co-op. The co-op, the only reason I add that is because it may be confusing and not a bash. Greed is explained at the very start of that type of level in a big black box with gold writing. You can't miss it. unless you ignored what it said. Pretty simple. Some levels have a condition. Okay, I don't. Oof, I'm starting to wonder why I bought that now. Where are we at? But let's have a look at this. The review online anyway is pretty good. I watched videos for most of these, and not these videos. Just looked a bit of fun, and for the price, worth a punt. Maybe, because my history of gaming has traditionally been social couch co-op. So maybe if it's local multiplayer, there we go, local co-op, online multiplayer. I like co-op games, so it's another bash for a co-op game as well. That being said, the videos I watch on games, IGN is definitely one that features. There's a guy, I Dream of Indie, that I watch. Then there's a guy called Higher Plane Games. He tends to end up reviewing the sort of Xbox cheap ass game sales that I tend to go for anyway. So good guy. I think his name's Simon. Just he's such a friendly, lovely guy. He doesn't seem like he should be reviewing games. He seems like he should be reviewing art and literature. So well spoken and eloquent, actually. But yeah, High Playing Games. Check him out. Another reviewer is a guy called Fire on Xbox, but I don't quite know what happened there because he used to have another channel. Then the other guy claimed that he just ditched him, and now he's doing his own channel. But seems like a bit of a rocky start. So his name is Fire. That's his gamer tag actually, is Fire, but Fire on Xbox. Yeah, these reviews are all pretty good, And then 3-minute reviews. I don't know who does that, but it's just called 3-minute reviews, and they're pretty good. So I do like the game review channels as well. Super Toy Cars looks good fun actually. I do like my sort of top-down races, and ever since the days of Micro Machines, really. So look, good fun to me. I have got Micro Machines. I'm not sure if I've got it on the Xbox. I've got it on the PC. I've got another, a better Micro Machines game, and it's called something else. It's not Micro Machines, but everything about it says it's like a Micro Machines clone. Now this is £1.60, but there's 3 games actually. There's Super Toy Cars 2, and then there's Super Toy Cars like Off Road or something like that. Where are we at? So there's a bundle. And then there's Off-Road, yeah. And the Super Toy Cars 2 and the Super Toy Cars Off-Road, absolutely slated. People's reviews are so harsh, just saying it's really crap. So all signs pointed to the first one being the best one for drive handling and things like that. And if I really enjoy this one, then I can always stretch out to the other ones, I suppose, and just have a decent bash. But I was expecting the reviews to be crap here, but they all, looking at the quantitative aspect, the number of stars, pretty good. 3.6, all right, that's not bad for Xbox reviews, to be honest. But it's like the lesser of all 3 evils, really, this game, and that's fairly cheap. But I think I said it was £1.60. Then Bombs. This is a clone of. What do you call it? Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, which I've had good fun on in various environments, like various different occasions. I've whipped that out on the laptop, and it's just been good fun. So basically, what you do is you get a manual, and you get to play this, and you've got to defuse the bomb, essentially. If it's like Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes, then only one person actually sees the bomb, and the rest will be reading the manual. So you can play it with more than sort of 2 players and stuff. I really can't stand those reviews. Good puzzles, easy 1,000 gamer points. Who gives a fuck about gamer points? You know what I mean? Can you see this person reviewing this? I shouldn't really dig down into their profile, but it's you must have some right sad gits on here just fussed about their gamer score. And that's it. Like, if you've got no other feeling of success in life that some poxy bloody number by some gamer tag on a games console is something you chase after. It's so weird to me. And there's so many shit games on Xbox that are just there because they they're there to for people to buy gamer score. Basically, they buy this shit game for like 2 or 3 quid, and it gives them 1,000 points for doing nothing. Xbox should ban the practice. Some of the most complicated, technically demanding games you can spend for months and end up with like 300 gamer points out of it. Do you know what I mean? And then others, you've 10 minutes and you've got 1,000. It's crazy, and I don't like this mentality of like whatever people call them something now, these achievement hunters, but it's just sad, you know. Get it off Xbox. Get yourself off. Delete your account. Go on PlayStation. We don't want you on Xbox. Right. Gamer card for this one. Submerged. Now this looked pretty interesting. There's no like battle or anything. You're just fucking floating around in this boat. Do you know what I mean? There's another game that's like this. I can't. It's like not Sunken City. There was another one that I'd sort of started. That was also female protagonist, like reliving the trauma of a youth or something like that via a boat. So I was just like, yeah, have a bash on that. But I don't know what this one is exactly. But it's just like another girl on a boat going around an old ruined city. So just thought, yeah, oh, fuck it. What made me grab this one? It just looked really chilled and immersive. The graphics don't look absolutely blinding, but price would have been a thing. £1.60. What can you buy for £1.69? Apart from like 2 copies of Dynamite Fishing. Do you know what I mean? Who wants Dynamite Fishing? Apart from me. Let's have a look. I don't know which city it's set in or anything like that, but it just looks all right. There's no like fighting. I think there's some puzzles and things like that. Short, different. Removing everyday stress. Some people saying you're wasting your money, so it looks all right. Can't remember offhand. Oh, okay, so it's a shmup, isn't it? A side-scrolling beat 'em up, shoot 'em up, something like that. But I think there's enough of these. 10 a penny, really. Or £1.60 for one, but. I think this just looked, it had something about it. There's loads of them, but there's something about this one that I just thought, oh, have a bash of this. I'll be the first to actually write a review for this product then. And I think the review's a lot to market. So, like, if I reviewed this in Italy, you wouldn't see the review here. And if I reviewed it here, you obviously won't see it in other stores. So it's like market-specific reviews, which is a bit weird. I don't know why they've done that. Like, is the opinion of a Frenchman so radically different to that of an Englishman? It is when it comes to the monarchy. Right. Amicrog. Yeah, this looks all right, this title. I mean, again, they're all, they've all passed some sort of test of mine, of whatever.
Welcome to the fortress
So we go get
Amicrog.
chewing gum.
I made it out of goodwill, sweat, and science magic. But it seems Tommyknot and his faithful pal Beakbeak are trapped inside and must find their way out.
Oh yeah, this is why I look at this graphic, this art style. It's really cool.
Will they solve the age-old mysteries locked within the corridors of Amicrog?
Tommy, don't touch that thing! What was that?
The adventure begins now.
So I really love this that style of like ever since like the days of, I think it was called Art Attack or something, with Tony Hart in the UK on like 1980s or 1990s TV, like in the days of the Innocents. Do you know what I mean? Like they've gone now, by the way. But I'm just having to. Oh man. Oh, this is going to crash my PC. I've just accidentally opened it. You wouldn't even
Hello,
believe it. What's going on here?
welcome. Today's
It's not
flight,
even funny.
the second flight of the day, actually, is going to be on a
I know
different.
I know that's probably confused you, but I've tried to delete a load of files, right? Do I want to download this? No thanks. Right. I just tried to delete a load of like video files, and I ended up hitting enter, which was not. I don't know what happened there actually. I shouldn't have hit enter, but I've hit enter, and it played them all. And my hard drive just got full of all this shit. Me talking, basically. Right, there we go. Yeah, I just like that animation style and stuff. Amacrog is a unique stop motion. That's it, stop motion, clay animated point and click adventure game from the creators of Earthworm Jim. Would you believe it? But you can see that in the way he walks. It's got that sort of Earthworm Jim walk about him and stuff. You know what I mean? That stance is all Earthworm Jim and stuff. And I just thought, you know what? Stop motion animation would be so awesome in a computer game. So I've got to have a look at it. For £2, I've got to have a look at this and see what they managed to get up to. There's a few games where there's like real life drawings in there. I'm just trying to think, is it Machinarium? Oh, or if it's not that, it's another similar sort of title where there's like actual real life drawings. I just think that's absolutely superb to do. So from an artistic point of view, well worth a look. This is obviously it's World Soccer 91. It's a proper. This is like when I was first playing soccer games. I think it was called Sensible Soccer, or I think it might have been Pro Evolution Soccer or something. I can't remember. But when I was playing soccer in the 90s, this is what it was like. Like not this, but and it went up and down, not left and right. But it was just like, yeah, this is as good as a soccer game got. And I was like, well, that's shit. Thank God the world's moved on from that. Do you know what I mean? And I don't really like retro style and pixel art. Pixel art's just another word for shit. Looks shit. No, no, I admit it isn't. Some pixel art is incredible. But it was the reviews that swayed me, and it might have not been the Xbox reviews. Oh, it might have been, yeah. I mean, look at that. Like 3 of those 4 reviews are like 5-star. Now, don't forget, when it comes to reviews or anything in life, people are more motivated to complain and be negative than they are positive. If you buy a game and it's okay, you're not going to go and leave a review as likely as if you buy a game and it's shit. Because if it's shit, you're like, oh, wasted my money. You get better warn other people. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that like the majority of these reviews are good reviews, and people saying like it's the best football game they've played. Do you know what I mean? Like I was just like, yeah, go for it. But I wasn't just looking at reviews on Xbox. You know, if the game's on Steam, I'd have looked at the Steam reviews or Nintendo Switch or PlayStation. Well, don't look at PlayStation reviews. You're not allowed to if you're playing on Xbox. Full Metal Furies looks pretty cool. Rogue Legacy. Now this is all a bit confusing, really. Rogue Legacy. All right, so that means it's either going to be Rogue like or most likely Rogue Light. Oh my God, it's so bit of a distinction. Okay, I've downloaded the original game that all these games are named after. This whole Rogue thing, and oh, it's just like some fucking text character game. But I'll have a bash of it. You know what I mean? I'll take an interest in like the history of things. You know what I mean? If I drive a car, I'll take an interest in the history of cars and play a game. That's where I'm at. It's a true cooperative action RPG. Now that RPGs roguelite. It sort of puts me off, but pixel art. So what persuaded me to get this then actually? Because it ticks all the boxes of things that make me feel slightly nauseous. The price would have done. You know what I mean? It's £1.70. It's basically giving it away. But I think that his reviews are good. That was a bit of a weird one. Celador says that is all, which is strange. Now, if you take the script from Donnie Darko, Celador is allegedly the most beautiful phrase in all of language ever. Celador. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if that's become like a meme thing for people. I don't know. But yeah, it's got some good reviews, more than meets the eye. You know what I mean? So I was just like, oh, well, it can't be that bad. You know, there's like you got to ignore the sort of unless all the reviews say yeah it's crashing. That's somebody on some old failed hardware. It could be on they could be running Xbox an old Xbox One S or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So probably not that relevant. Let's have a look at this game, Down in Bermuda, which looked okay actually. It looked like that game about I can't remember. It's called like An Old Man Travels or something like that. But here we go. So again, not typically my style of game, but what persuaded me, I'm not sure. Even that makes me feel like, oh, what on earth did I buy it for? But what I bought it for was the cheap price and the good reviews as well. I don't know, again, relaxing and calm. Just looked okay. Something about it would have made me think, yeah, that's my sort of game. Probably the word puzzle would have done it as well. Overcome creatures of the deep and unravel the island searchers. In search for a way back home. Quirky adventure filled with puzzles to solve. Yeah, there we go. So if it's a puzzle game, it uses your brain. I'm a bit more like happy to stomach poor graphics. Here's another title I got. Now I've got a load of these fucking games called Airy, wherever they are, I think. Let's have a look. Let's own games, and then instead of buy acquired, let's have a look at group by lesser. Right, these games here, I bought a load of them. I've only ever played one. Airy Memories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 of these Airy games where you're basically a bird flying around. I was like, right, that's it. I'm not buying any more Airy games. I'm drawing the line. I mean, I drew the line at 1. I don't know why I ended up with 7, to be fair. But I've ended up with another one. But this one is not Airy. It's called Feather, but it's of the same sort of thing. Wait, Saw A to Z. Sort by date acquired. So it's very similar to an Airy game, but it's like, yeah, it's just similar. But it looks ultra chilled, and I thought, you know what, I'll check out like a different series of games and see if this has a different angle on the whole genre of floating around as a bird. It's nice. I like flying. If I was to be reincarnated as an animal, I think I'd like to be a bird. I'd also like to be top of the bird food chain, so nothing comes down and eats me. You know what I mean? I'd like to be a bird of prey, like a big fuck off eagle or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Don't even know how to pronounce that, so I'm just not going to bother. And again, this wouldn't be a game that I'd pick up. It just looks like it's been made by a, you know what I mean, some reprobate. But sorry to the developer there. 90 pence is a bit of a persuader. But actually, as I got through looking at the reviews, I mean, Saddam Hussein, what the fuck, right? It was quite a varied and unusual game. You know what I mean? It's like the developers of Superhot played this and thought, you know what, we're going to integrate some of this internet weirdness, cool vibe, odd but fun. True creativity. I don't know what to say about my experience. Dev's dad was a genius. All hail Dev's dad. and don't forget to rate it 5-star. Thank you from the so don't know, just in good reviews for it, and I just thought as quirky and weird as it looks, I might as well have a go on that. I have no idea how to pronounce it, and also where it's from. Now this game, Screen Cheat, is an unusual game, right? When I was playing games in the 90s, games like GoldenEye, right, and my brother and I would play with a third person who would absolutely kick our asses. Like he would dominate us, and then my brother was like miles better at GoldenEye than I was as well. Just sheer time on the game. But between my brother eventually got to know the maps as well, so I just had my ass kicked by 2 other people all the time. But what used to be, we used to like, oh, you're looking at my screen, and we also like when much later on when we was playing Halo, like at uni, you know what I mean? There'd be like 4 of us playing Halo, and the one that knew the game the most would just you can't help it when you know a game and you're playing it on a split screen. You will look at other people's screens. You just can't help yourself. You know exactly where they're going to be. You know what I mean? It's just in your nature to get that edge. Do you know what I mean? Especially in competitive gaming. So, as an antidote to that, right? What happens in this game is you can't see the other players, right? So it's split screen like this, even with I'm just going to make sure because I think this is online co-op or online multiplayer, which is even weirder, right? So the sale price is just £2.40. So it's a very novel mechanic, online multiplayer, right? Between 2 to 8 multiplayer players, right? So what's really weird about this first-person shooter is you can't see the other people on the screen, the other players on your screen. The only way to know where they are is to look at their screen. So you have to look at their screen to find out because the other players are invisible to you. So if I'm top left, right, and I'm like, whoa, I can't see anybody there, but I'm looking at bottom left screen, I'll be like, oh, they've got purple ceilings and red walls. They must be in my vicinity in the area. And then if you look harder, can you see like on the bottom left screen, they've got a green crocodile and a red thing on the wall. I'll be thinking, oh shit, I'm in their view because I'm stood next to the red thing. Do you know what I mean? So they're down the corridor from me. I'd have to go a little bit to the right and shoot them. Once you shoot them, I think they become a little bit visible or something. Oh, I might be confusing that. But the whole novelty of this mechanic, I was just like, yeah, let's have a go. And the reviews are not bad. Like, that's like the written review, best game ever been playing it since 2017, but the review was written in like 2018. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like 6 years later he's still playing this game. But of all the 74 reviews clicked on star-wise, it's 4 out of 5 stars. So I thought, yeah, might as well have a bash of that. Just very, very novel and cheap as well. Another cheap game, Save Your Nuts. Again, not one that overexciting. It's like a multiplayer battle game, I think, or whatever you call it, battle arena maybe. In the sales, there's like 10 battle arena games. One of them where you play as chickens, but I think once the novelty of I play as a chicken wears off, it's just like any other battle arena game. But yeah, I just thought I'd have a bash. Good reviews, £2.50, can't go wrong. And it's not just, from what I remember, it's not just local co-op and local multiplayer. It's actually online as well. So that's cool. You don't have to wait for somebody to come around to feed them, give them drinks. Do you know what I mean? Talk about their life, talk about your life, and then just be like, yeah. Listen, I got a list of like co-op games that I wouldn't mind having a bash on the Xbox with you. You know what I mean? Like you can go online and play that. That is typically how it works out for me. Conversation, right? Xenon Racer, online multiplayer requires Xbox Game Pass. All right. So yeah, this looked okay. It looked like a fast-paced Ridge Racer, if you like, to me. The era of flying vehicles, a one-off championship for wheel-based vehicles, has been organised with cutting-edge electric cars boosted by xenon gas. So it's just
Peggy
really,
3.
really sleek, fast-paced, and I just like the idea of it. Almost like a bit Wipeout vibe, but obviously with wheels. The speed. I like the way that the cars sort of transform and dynamically shift their aerodynamics around. A bit like the Veyron, where at something like above 140 miles an hour, that fucking great spoiler pops up. So if you ever see one with the spoiler up, you know it's doing a shit ton of mileage. Do you know what I mean? I just like the idea of that. The reviews actually were like, oh, it's all about drifting in this game and stuff like that, but the drifting mechanic's really difficult. So I'm a bit cynical, but again, for the price of it, £2.50, what can you buy for £2.50? Do you know what I mean? Can you even buy a box of eggs anymore? I don't even know. Like, but nothing. There's nothing. So I was just like, yeah, might as well have a bash of that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like racing games and stuff. So fuck it, and it's got some local multiplayer as well. So I feel fully justified so far in the purchases I've made. I mean, there'll be great purchases out there. It's just that I own a lot of games, so these are the ones that I've come across and I don't own and stuff. Mousecraft looks pretty cool. I think this is the one that's a platform puzzler. There's several. I will go for anything that's basically a puzzler. There's no description. I don't know why there's no description on the game card. A to B puzzle game where players help Schrodinger. Yeah, that's what sold it for me. I mean, anybody smart enough to call the cat Schrodinger? Do you know what I mean? The crazy cat scientist. Although it was Schrodinger's cat, it'd be like calling an ugly dog Frankenstein. Do you know what I mean? It's Frankenstein's monster. The monster wasn't called Frankenstein, but it's just only a pedant would draw attention to that. Do you know what I mean? Completing the mysterious mouse-powered invention, pile up Tetramino. Oh yeah, Tetromino bricks. Tetrominos, right? Are you got that game Tetris? The reason Tetris is called Tetris is because it comes from tetrominos, which are four square shapes, if you like, as opposed to dominoes, which are two square. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I just think it just sounds like a smart developer anyway. I really like the idea of it. Just puzzle games, it's fairly cool, fairly chilled. I should be, as I'm going along, I should be adding these to like groups and saying, oh yeah, that's chilled. I mean, that one's a chilled game. What was Bermuda? Can't remember what that was. That's a puzzle game. Do you know what I mean? Let's do that. Actually, I remember that one being a puzzle game. I'll go through it and group them up. I'm not going to spend ages on it, but I just thought I might as well get the original Far Cry classic game. Annoyingly, I missed the sale on Far Cry 2, and I was like, oh god damn it. So the reviews aren't good, but I thought might as well get the OG. Do you know what I mean? Have a look at it, see how the series has progressed. Well, Far Cry 6 now, so just see how the series has progressed over the decade. Really, I can't remember when it got released. This one looked interesting, Tricky Towers. Again, it's only like £4. All right, so we're going up a bit now in price, and then we'll drop back down in a bit, and then we'll go up. But basically, what it is like talking about Tetris. It's Tetris, but you're building a tower. So you get all those sort of tetromino shapes, right, that you've got to stack up. Then you've got to build a tower. And I've been really getting into games like this. So I just thought, yeah, fuck it, might as well have a bash. Do you know what I mean? Just building up. It's probably a bit pricey side for what it is compared to what other games you get in the sales. But I thought, yeah, I'll probably get some more time out of this than titles that are even more expensive than this. I do like those sorts of games anyway. Funtime, or Hash Funtime anyway, looked alright. It's twin stick, and it sort of looked, it really reminded me of Geometry Wars, and I do enjoy Geometry Wars. The only thing is, doesn't necessarily have to be a correlation between how much you enjoy something and how good you are at something, but I am shit at Geometry Wars. I just cannot get my brain to process things as fast. But there are other exceptions to this, like it's not just Geometry Wars. You do use colors and things like that, so the color buttons.
Astrophysicist Guild and One God Games present Octothorpe Fun Time, literally the most innovative game.
What?
That's what it says here in the.
No one knows what an octothorpe is, man. Just say it normally, like normal, for normal people.
Okay, sure, yeah. Ligature abbreviation for pounds of fun time, literally the most innovative.
Say hashtag.
Number sign then, pound sign, like an old.
Hashtag.
What even is a hashtag?
And action.
Hashtag fun time, literally the most innovative thing to ever happen in.
Right. The thing is, a game called Fun Time. Do you know what I mean? Me show you a fun time. I should not. Do you know what I mean? Scrap that, right? You did not hear that from me. But it's like, nah. Do you know what I mean? Really? But actually, from what I've seen of some gameplay footage, it looks pretty cool. So I think that should be good fun anyway to have a bash at. Sorry. I can't believe I said that. Anyway, there we go. It's rated R. Yeah, this looked all right. This. Now it is a puzzle game, right? But what it is like just like proper, like homage, or proper like. I think the word is homage or homage to the 90s with all of its references and primitive, nostalgic music and primitive tech from the 90s. And I was like, well, I lived in the 90s, so. That's the 1990s, by the way, not the 1890s. Cheeky little, but yeah, it just looked pretty cool. So I just thought, yeah, maybe it'll be the American like 90s. Do you know what I mean? This isn't going to be nostalgia 90s for somebody who's living in the middle of Jordan. Do you know what I mean? Or somebody living in the UK. I shouldn't laugh, but like this will be American 90s stuff. Maybe in the UK, we sort of inherit American culture. I don't know why. So more of a nostalgia hit, that game. Did I skip over what the price was? I can't remember. 374. So we're up at the £4 mark now. We'll get more expensive. Race the Sun looked a bit chilled, really. There's another game that this looks like, and I can't remember what it is, where you play as like a disc and you just change gravity and you go up and down, up and down. You're in space, and I just really had a good time with that game. It came off Game Pass recently, so I bought it to keep it into my collection, and I just really had a cool time. And this really reminded me of that, so I thought, yeah, I'll have this solar-powered aircraft game anyway. Not usually my sort of thing. 9 parchments. Do you know what I mean? Just it's like a poor man's Diablo. I don't know.
There was an incident at school, which is why I'm going on an adventure. The
Not
Astral Academy's
huge
magical
on
spells have gone missing,
RPGs,
and
even
I'm
action
going to recover them.
RPGs.
Not to worry, some other students are coming with me. Maybe.
Oh what?
We're going after some very powerful spells. So I hope by the time I get back, I'll be an amazing wizard. Can't wait until I can see you again, so I can tell you all about the...
I think it's because people I knew who played World of Warcraft were absolute gimps, right? And any game that reminds me of World of Warcraft, I'm just like, oh no, it's a game for gimps. Do you know what I mean? £4, right? But the reviews were good. Now that could be lots of gimps writing the reviews. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, nothing for tryhards. The end game is Dark Souls. I regret buying it. 33 maps, level 40 soft cap, level 60 try hard cap when you played the Dark Souls mode after 2 played. What? I mean, why do people have to say Dark Souls? Why can't they just say difficult? Do you know what I mean? It's like this whole lingo amongst these people. But you know what I mean? Good reviews, just cheap as chips, worthwhile. This is one of those like sort of stick side-scrolling shooter things. I don't even know if it's twin stick or just the direction your ship's facing. It's a vertical scroller rather than a side scroller to be a bit more specific. Although some games mix the two, you know what I mean? You turn around and you become vertical. Cinemora X and a few others, but actually it looked pretty good. And I'd already committed to buying the other one. I think the other shmup. So I was a shmup for buying this one, but it actually looked better. So I was just like, oh, well, why not? You get more screenshots in here. You upgrade your ship, you upgrade your laser. It's fairly chilled, really, isn't it? But the reviews are good as well. So that persuaded me. I thought, why not? Why not? Because I've got 1,129 other games that I haven't played. It's probably one reason why not to buy this one. But apart from that, £4 as well. So that's why. That's a why. This one looked pretty cool. Just looked like a puzzle game, and it reminded me of like the Toad Adventure, Mr. Toad Adventure, whatever. Like out of Mario World, there's like a Toad Adventure and Lego bricks and all that sort of shit. So I was just like, yeah, might as well have a bash at this. You just flip. All you do is solve puzzles by flipping blocks over, like those blocks. So you know what I mean? You've got a route to your watermelon. That's it. It's just a puzzle game. So it's not really a farming game or crafting game or anything like that. It's just literally a puzzle game. And I thought, wow, a puzzle game for this huge price of £1.66. Might as well have a bash of it. Ocean Horn, Monster of Uncharted Seas. On first glance at these screenshots, I was just like, get lost. No way. But then a lot of the reviews started talking about like it being a superb game, one of the best. So it's only £3, one of the best games people have played, and how it's like awesome Zelda-like adventure. I was just like, oh, okay, Link Zelda style. Might as well, might as well have a bash of it, see what it's like. I mean, I sort of skipped out all that phasing Nintendo Zelda, but I appreciate it. So even though it's not my sort of thing, I'm taking one for the team. And decided to buy it and have a little bash of it as well. So it should be okay anyway. It's like I said, it's cheap, so it's hard to go wrong. As all of these titles are fairly cheap as well. Double Cross. I don't know why I've bought this because I can't remember it. I explore alternate dimensions, fight interdimensional criminals. I wonder if this is the one that's got a bit of a novel mechanic where you sort of, so £3.30, where you sort of swap between dimensions. Let's use their Rift developed kit to sling, swing, fight, and investigate across distinct dimensions during travels. So maybe it's not, but I think this is the game where you sort of just had a novel platform gaming mechanic that I hadn't come across, and I thought, yeah, might as well have a look at it. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Another game in the cell. Projection. Yeah. I wasn't too sure if to get this on PC or not. I think this was the one, but I thought might as well. Shadow Puppets. Now, by all accounts, the fact that it's Shadow Puppets doesn't make a huge sort of difference on the game. You know what I mean? That you could just ignore the fact that there's a stick doing this as a shadow puppet. But that little light source is the thing that has the mechanic, like the way you create a shadow to solve puzzles. It's essentially like a platform puzzler with a novel mechanic that I haven't seen before. Well, I say I haven't seen before. I've got another game called something like In the Shadows that I bought recently, and that looks pretty cool. So I don't know how far we are through this list. We're getting there anyway. How much was that, did I say? I didn't say, did I? Or did I? I must have said. £3.34. What can you buy for £3? Well, getting into, well, you can buy stuff. You could buy McDonald's, I suppose. A regurgitated beef meal. This looked okay. Intrico. Input-driven game in a world of infographics. So I don't think it's a platformer. It's only £2.80, but like you are just platforming around infographics. You're not really like hugely involved with the infographics. I don't think you don't do anything to make the 100% bar go to 200%. As far as I can tell, if you did, it'd be pretty cool. But it's just a really surreal style of art, I think, infographics. And there is definitely a style of art that makes infographics, a bit like the little things you see, like the health and safety briefings on plane. There's that sort of isometric style to that art there that makes that pretty cool as well. So yeah, infographics, Metrico plus an infographics sort of shit I like, really. Infographics platformer, might as well. Apologies for the swearing. I'm very, very tired. I've had a very long Friday. It's late now on Friday. What time is it? We've swung over midnight, so I am tired. I'm going to get through this though, because I bought all these games like 2 or 3 days ago, and I haven't really had much opportunity to look through them. And so this is just a reminder of what I purchased. And I was hoping to play one if I found one that was a bit Mission Impossible-esque, but I haven't. So I'll just wrap this up as a little summary of my recommendations of some Xbox games to get and what sort of games I'll be looking forward to playing in future. Anyway, Flutter Bombs, Jesus. This is basically, I fucking love butterflies in real life. There you go, there's the swearing again. The inhibition's gone with the tiredness. I apologise. But I do love butterflies in real life. And you're basically playing as a butterfly, going around, shooting other insects in the garden, and bombing beetles as well. £2.50. You know what I mean? You come across a dung beetle, bomb it. Come across a dragonfly, shoot it. Do you know what I mean? Twin stick as well. So I was just like, yeah, it's a bit fun. £2.50. Might as well have it in the collection and never play it. No, I do hope to. I fully intend to play all of these games. You know what I mean? Like I'm not buying games for the sake of buying games. If I was to do that, I'd just find all the games on sale and just click buy. Do you know what I mean? I go through a list. There's like 550 games on sale this time round. And of those, I've bought 63 or something like that. So it's not like I'm just buying games for the sake of it. Like these are games I fully intend to play. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a collector. I enjoy buying games. I just seem to be amassing a collection for some unusual reason. Well, it's the backlog. I can't get through it. I just can't get through it. I've tried and I've tried. And I don't want to not buy games because when there's a cool game out there. So my standards have shifted, actually, strangely enough. Like of those 550, I'm only buying 63. Like that's because I won't just buy any old crap. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to raise my standards now to limit the number of games I'm accumulating, but it doesn't seem to be making a difference. 2.5D platformer, anyway. Story of a mother's relentless search for missing children, emotional tale, thought-provoking. So it's a puzzler. That explains that. Then why I'm looking at those, thinking, why the hell did I buy this game? But it's a puzzle game as well, so it should be cool. Bit of an emotional journey. Do you know what I mean? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with bit of emotion? Do you know what I mean? Share some of that emotion. Play a game that's emotional once in a while. That's what I say. Right. Adios, amigos. Why the fuck did I buy this game? Team up with your friends and family and explore the peculiar universe of Adios Amigos, a game of serious astrophysics in a comic setting for 1 to 4 players. Still no idea. Let's have a look. Maybe this will remind me. It just looks like a sort of light-hearted couch co-op thing, I think. go. I'll tell you what did persuade me to buy it was the price though. So on sale at the moment it's £2.50. That's like 80% off. It is 80% because it says it up there. And yeah, it just looked all right, you know. I just thought, why not? Why not? You know, it's like, yeah, you know, like have a go of it. You know what I mean? And just play it. So I was just like, yeah, buy it. Now this next tile, this is one that looks all right. Snake Pass. Now it's quite strange. This one you play as a snake. It's not like the snake where you eat things and get longer per se, but it's just quite a novel platform mechanic because you've sort of got to climb across things and balance your weight and stuff like that. I just thought, you know what, it looks good fun. Hopefully, it's an emotional journey as well. You just get this a real N64 vibe from that game as well, like proper N64. £2.43, so that had a significant impact on my buying decision. But yeah, it's just proper N64 vibe, novel platformer. Fuck it, that's what I say. What could go wrong, right? So, and all those reviews as well. Great N64 vibe. Look at that. It's almost like I'd read that review and somehow it got lodged in my head that there's an N64 vibe for the game. Looks and feels like and old rare games. Some good puzzles, but feels like you are cheating or fumbling through at first. Right. I don't think I did read that review, but yeah, so it's pretty cool. Marooners. I don't know. Can't remember this one now. Oh yes, it's just party games really. So yeah, I just like might as well. I don't know what it's going to turn out like. Again, it's just like £2.40. It's not bad at all. Could be dreadful, could be brilliant, but I do just like sort of couch co-op or couch multiplayer or whatever local multiplayer games, and there's online and local in this, so you can't go wrong. But also the reviews, the reviews are mediocre really. 2.7. So some people saying it's fun, some people hating on it. What am I going to be? I don't know. I got 2 games here for the price of 1. Where's the other one then? What? There should be another one here somewhere. But yeah, it's just, this is a puzzle sort of platform, not platform, a puzzle game basically. So look pretty cool, and there's like 100 puzzles, and I've got this one that's like 200 puzzles, but 200 ways, £7.50. It's, by the way, don't buy the bundle because that's what I bought, and then I realised actually it's cheaper to buy them separately. Just buy each one. Actually, I say I bought the bundle. Do I not own 100 ways then? I don't. That's madness. I thought I bought 100 ways. Oh. Well, I've added it to the wish list anyway. Yeah, so like get it right. So 200 ways, £7.49. Right. Right. The bundles, £10.04, but 100 ways by itself, it's £2.39. So it's actually cheaper to buy the £2.39 game, £7.49. So that's £9.58. What did I say? 39 or where is it? Right. £9.58, £9.88. So yeah, it's cheaper to buy the 2 games separately than it is the bundle. So I've obviously bought one of them and just completely forgotten to buy the other one. But yeah, I'll get that when I get a moment. Mighty Number 9. This looks like a sort of Mega Man game. Is it Mega Man? Japanese 2D side-scrolling action game, which I didn't quite sit with Mega Man, but you know, £2.40, it's fairly cheap, and also, so I want to enjoy Mega Man. I want to enjoy that style of platformer. I thought I might as well have a bash of it, and just see how it goes, and it's got good reviews. The first one there, it's terrible. Okay, maybe not then. Maybe I just bought it because it was cheap on that occasion. Gardens Between didn't really look like the sort of game I would want to play at all. So I've obviously clicked on buy this one and not another one. But no, I'm only joking. But actually, it's a puzzle game, and I just thought, you know what, might as well have a bash of it. Again, it's on sale, £4, and I mean the screenshots did put me off a bit. But actually, if it's a puzzle game, again, I don't sort of mind the graphical style so much, you know what I mean? Logical puzzle games, I do enjoy. Right, I've got 80 more titles. Can we survive this together? So I've got the old Splinter Cell. I can't remember how much that was. It popped up there, now it's disappeared. But this is the old 360 Splinter Cell. I never played it, but the more Tom Clancy games I play, the more I enjoy them. But the reviews were outstanding for this, so I was just like, yeah, might as well. Somebody's not Chaos Theory. I think I've got Chaos Theory for the Xbox 360, but yeah, I was pretty pleased with that. Tin Hearts looks good, actually. It looks like it's one of those games that really started to get the power of the Xbox console. So it's a more price expensive game, and there's a few that were particularly pricey in the sales compared relatively. Stray's another one. But I actually had Stray on PC, and I had another game on PC. I can't remember what it was called. It was a bit like Trailmakers, but like a better version of Trailmakers. And those were like some of the pricier games on sales. But yeah, this game here, it's been on my wish list for a while now.
Dear John, I did it! I've passed basic training and I'm now officially a Fusilier of the 8th Regiment. So far, life as a Fusilier has been rather exciting. Yes, it's true what they say. The job does involve a fair amount of marching. But, oh John, the places we get to march to, the exotic locations we get to visit. Of course, there are challenges aplenty on.
Just looks like a really beautiful puzzler, doesn't it? So it was on the more expensive side, you know what I mean, compared to what I've been talking about price-wise, but I thought, well, might as well have a bash of that. Right, this one, Guy the Adorable, I can't even say it, Abominable, Babadubble, but right, called B because he looks like a bee. Let's take a look at B. But yeah, good reviews actually on this one, and not just like on Xbox. So, you know, like I said, I'm all for puzzle games, can't go wrong. I think this is a 360 title, maybe not, no. But it does look old. It looks old and dated, but I just like the art style. And again, what sold me, even though it's like a cheap title, £1.80, was the reviews. Like all 5-star. Now that could just be people who this has invoked nostalgia. They're like, oh, that bit of my brain feels good because I'm playing something that I remember from when I was young. Like, rate highly, and trust me, like, be really careful when you look at games that have been remastered and re-released and all of this shit, because there are a lot of old fuckers like me out there that are just rating them highly because it reminds us of a time in life when we were happy. Do you know what I mean? No, if it's a shit game, try and be objective about it and judge it. Like, just because you played it 20 years ago does not automatically make it a good game. And unfortunately, I think I've fallen into the trap of this. No, actually, this does look decent. So there we go. Rant over. Right. Video Kid. Why did I get Video Kid? Oh, fuck. I can't believe I just did my nostalgia rant. And then this is exactly the reason I got Video Kid. Right. When I was younger, when I were a lad, right? When I were a lad, and I could move around, I could get up out of a chair without going, oh, like that. Do you know what I mean? When all these things were going on, right? There was a game that came out on the Amiga called Paperboy, and all you do is you'd cycle along and you'd throw newspaper, and it was a really famous game. I think it's been, there's a lot of people, like old people, that will know Paperboy, right? And it is a really famous game, and this is like a homage to Paperboy, really, except you're not throwing papers around. You're throwing, and it's not turds either. It's only £1, this game. Yeah, well, it's only £4. So by delivering pirate videotapes, it's so cool in the 1980s. And I think there's a lot of 1980s references as well and stuff. So I was just like, yeah, you know what I mean? This is like pure nostalgia. So yeah, it'd be good. Again, I can't objectively deliver. I'm just reading what's on. I can't objectively rate the game because I'll admit that's pure nostalgia. What I'm saying to you is, if you come across people who are giving good reviews and ratings to games, just weed out the fact that they might be doing it out of nostalgia. I know if I'm doing it out of nostalgia, and I'll say, but some people just, give all sorts of real crap games such high reviews. Now this is a follow-up sequel to Deliver Us the Moon, which I'm yet to play, but it's such a good game. I was just like, yeah, I'll get it. Well, the ratings are so good. I mean, 4. It's unheard of. Do you know what I mean? Very few games are like that high ratings. But also, just seeing some gameplay and the screenshots and stuff, I thought I might as well have that. It's currently on sale, whatever that is. How much is that off? Like 60%. I'm going to say it's 60% off. How much is it off? It doesn't bloody say. Save 40%. What? Oh, that makes sense actually. It's instead of 25, it's £15. So yes, it is. So it's 60% of the price. Say 40%. What a huge error I've made there. It's a good job I'm not dealing with transactional volumes in the millions. Can't Drive This is quite novel, because you partner up with somebody, or I don't know how you do this single player, and they create the track you need to drive on, which is a very demanding track. It's sort of unlike, as they add track elements, it's all random what comes out, so you really have no idea what's coming up next and what have you. But yeah, it looked pretty cool actually. It looked really neat. Let's have a quick look at the price. £10, which again is on the more expensive side, and we're going to be getting into the more expensive side of the games now, but that's still 40%. I'm going to go save 35%. Oh my god. But let's have a look at this video to the game. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. One player drives, the other player builds. You can see how they're adding like the blocks on the right hand side there. So yeah, it looked pretty cool. I do like those sort of co-op driving shooter games. Counterattack Uprising sounds great, looks great. It's just a shmup again, side-scrolling shmup, but decent reviews. Looked a bit of fun, and again, the major persuading aspect is this £5.39 price. Actually, that isn't that much of a swinger for me, but what it is like 50% off. Do you know what I mean? So worth a punt. And I think it's got enough of its plus size to warrant looking at. I can't say I'm particularly into that genre. No, I'd be surprised if most people don't know the Far Cry series of games, and I've got a lot of them. But the Far Cry Primal, I wasn't going to bother actually. I was just like, nah, I've got enough unplayed Far Cry games that I'm not going to bother. And then I looked at it, I saw these reviews, 1,200 reviews, and it's virtually 5-star. I was like, what the hell? And so skimmed through reading some of these. I was like, yeah, I've got to have a copy of this Far Cry Primal anyway. So yeah, it looks all right. Um, Munchkin Quacked Quest. Dive into Munchkin Quacked Quest and rediscover the parody, puns, and humour from the hit card game Munchkin by Steve Jackson. So this is like a digital form of the card game. Currently on sale, £8.39. Let's have a quick look at this. I have no idea why I've there would be a reason why I've pressed the button on this game, which is so far I think this is the most expensive title we've come across. Why did I press the button? It's not a card game. It's a little bit hectic and it crashed a couple of times. Like the concept, not a terrible game. It's fun, but wish I could skip the card modifier screen. There'll be some reason. I've yet to discover that reason. Fueled Up looked pretty cool as well. It's couch co-op. Somebody described it as like Overcooked meets FTL, which I wouldn't have known about if I hadn't played both of those titles like recently. But it's like a science fiction version of Overcooked, if you like. So yeah, I just thought might as well have a bash. Looks pretty cool to me. Struggling. I'll get there. £8.37. Some good reviews. Okay. Sorry if I'm invoking yawning in yourself. That's really not good. Unstoppable. Looks pretty cool. I think this is the game. Again, another novel mechanic. 2 to 4 players blend in the crowd of AI characters and hunt the other players and use many different environment-specific rules to win the game. So you basically, in each environment, there's something that people will do that's fairly unique to that environment, and you've just got to spot who's a player out of all the non-playing characters or NPCs. Yeah, I just thought, might as well. Looks a bit of fun. It's currently £6 on sale, and we'll go for it just for cheapness and whatever. There was, I'm sure, Last Days of Lazarus, one of the female reviews I came across on YouTube said this game was inherently misogynistic, which put me off buying it. She did put some examples in, but then I couldn't find that reference again. So I might have been thinking about a different title, and I hope it's not this one. But there's, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to comment too much detail about it, but I finally pressed the button. I've seen it in sale again. I just thought, yeah, I might as well go for it. £6.69. Solid reviews across the board. I think it's an older title. Maybe not 2022. Well, certainly the graphics don't look that sort of Series X 2023 standard, but it's okay. Good ratings as well. So I was just like, yeah, might as well. Horror game, by the way. Probably should have mentioned that. I'll start with the genre. Summertime Madness. Single player, first person puzzle game. The role of a painter who has made a deal with the devil, has to find his way back to the real world after being cheated and trapped into one of his canvases. Oh, so I wonder if this is the game where you sort of, there is one where you just paint stuff, you know, and I was just like, oh God, I'm not the best at that in real life, so, oi. I was like, no, I'm not the best, so I'll just ignore it. But yeah, okay, Summertime Madness. Pyramid Quest, another game that I wouldn't have really bothered with, just looks a bit, you know, but Spelunky and whatever, yeah. But actually, it just looks like a pretty cool platformer. It does look like the sort of simple platformer I could handle. It looks like a completionist's wet dream as well, really, in terms of getting every gem out there and stuff like that. Etherborn, pretty cool environmental puzzle game. You know, you go up and down the sides and things like that. I think that gravity mechanic can be a bit torturous and combination of controls, but hey, it looks good. This looks good. Absolute Zen Drift, where you're just literally drifting around in a top-down view of cars, and it just looks pretty cool, really. So yeah, I like drifting and I like top-down races as well. So I was like, can't go wrong there. This reminds me of like the dog out of Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it's called Cosmo. You know, the cosmonaut dog. And what it is it's a platformer. What was that price again? £4.98. And it's a cool platformer where you're obviously playing as this dog. Can you? I don't think you can. No. Yeah, just dog with a space helmet. That's Cosmo, isn't it? Through and through. Yeah, it looks all right. Anyway, so those are all the games I've recently bought in the sales, and I was going to play one of them. I was expecting this to be like 15, 20 minutes, if that, but it's never is going to be that, is it? Because it's even at 1 minute a game, it's still looking at an hour reviewing, and actually it's been 1 hour 20 minutes, and I have been 1 minute a game therefore on average or something. But I was hoping to play a game after all this, but I'm so tired now. I'm going to have to call it a night actually and come off. But those are some of the titles that I'll be playing on upcoming sessions as well. So if there's anything that you particularly want me to have a look at that you've been waiting to see, give me a shout and I will do. All right. I hope that's been useful and catch you later. Bye.